BT Parent Partnerships, Strengthening Connections at CEMEPS by Patrick Egan. The current enrollment at CEMEPS is 686 students. 70% of the student body is comprised of students of color, 16% of students are white, and 7% of students are Hispanic. 62% of the student body is identified as economically disadvantaged, and CEMEPS is a Title I school. Due to low performance on state assessments, CEMEPS has a report card grade of D and is considered a low-performing school. When reviewing the Teacher Working Conditions Survey, it is clear that the lack of parental involvement in the school remains an issue. 40% of staff believe that parents are not influential in making decisions in the school. From conversations throughout the year, BTs and staff in our building remain frustrated with the lack of involvement from families and stakeholders. CEMEPS does struggle with retaining teachers. This year, our school has hired 7 first-year teachers as well as 2 staff members that are new to the building. CEMEPS has also had issues over the last 3 years with administrative turnover. The school's current principal is the 3rd principal in the last 3 years. There are currently 13 beginning teachers, which makes up 30% of CEMEPS staff. CEMEPS has partnerships with 2 community-based organizations. The first is Project Bridges, an extension of Building Hope Community Life Center. This faith-based and community program works with students from CEMEPS as a way to avoid suspensions. Students attend the agency to help with schoolwork, mentoring, and character education instead of OSS. Project Bridges staff also complete check-ins with students at CEMEPS to monitor their progress in school. The second organization is Max Factor. Max Factor is a community organization that works with at-risk boys to provide mentorship and academic support. The organization meets twice a week at CEMEPS and provides educational opportunities and trips for students. CEMEPS has a long history of working with community outreach programs. However, parental involvement in the building remains low. The goal of this project was to help strengthen connections between BTs and families. Many of our BTs are hesitant and intimidated to talk to parents. By providing a safe environment for these staff members and parents to talk, we could increase BT capacity for building connections with families and other stakeholders. When developing this project, there were 4 major components to implementing my plans: parent communication, structure parental outreach, develop parental dialogue, and BT reflections. When determining which parents to invite to our meeting, I had to be realistic. Many of the staff frustrations with lack of parental involvement are also my frustrations. While I wished to reach out to a diverse group of parents, I first had to start with families that I knew would be able to make the meeting. I first reached out to a PTA parent who agreed to speak at our meeting in February. Prior to this meeting, we had already implemented several structures for increasing parental communication and outreach. A positive phone call log was created so that BTs would share good news with families. Our team also began developing a script to help BTs better articulate and lead a conversation with families. Our BT committee developed criteria for this meeting as well as guidelines and norms for discussion between the parent and BTs. We had made sure to allow for time for open discussion. Several guiding questions were created. What are your expectations for teachers? As a parent, what do you feel the school is doing well and could improve when it comes to communicating with stakeholders? What are your thoughts on positive relationships between staff and students? The conversations and open discussion that occurred illustrated that the BTs were very open to hearing from parents. What was supposed to only be a 5-minute discussion ended up lasting 20 to 30 minutes. Some of the quotes from the meeting show some insights into how parents view CEMEPS and their expectations. Building those relationships and connecting with students is one of the best things you can do. I like how some text message apps are used by teachers. It makes life easier for me. Reaching out about academics should be a priority. You all are doing the best you can, so please give yourself some grace. The parents do appreciate you. Our BT committee has done a great job throughout the year with collecting data from the BTs and allowing them time to reflect. Our reflection sheet was developed in order to gain a better understanding of how this dialogue with our PTA parent impacted them. It was nice to hear a parent speak honestly and professionally. The dialogue showed that I have support. It gave me a parent's perspective on what I'm doing. It let me know there are parents who are interested in their child's education and future. Since implementing parent involvement in BT meetings, 50% of parents who were reached out to attended the BT meeting. Due to scheduling conflicts, other parents were unable to attend. 76% of BTs have worked to communicate positive phone calls home. 53% of BT teachers have seen a decline in disciplinary issues, and 70% of BTs have increased parent contact for student issues and behaviors. Our project also highlighted other positive trends. BTs are reaching out more to families to build connections. BTs are communicating positive events with families and not just for disciplinary issues. BT teachers have increased parental communication. Referrals have shown conversations with parents have improved. BT statements illustrate how they are becoming more comfortable with contacting parents, and fewer parents have come to the school with issues or problems related to BT classrooms. Lastly, here are several quotes from stakeholders describing this process of building connections at CMEPS. I know you have a lot on your plate and would not want to add anything else, but keep trying to reach out to those parents. They will appreciate it. Families who receive a phone call or perhaps news of their student doing something awesome may motivate them in your classrooms. The parents who I called first asked what did they do now. I explained that this was a positive phone call. We spoke for a while and had a great conversation. The parents seemed to like hearing from me. The parents that I reached out to were appreciative of hearing something nice about their child. Having this done and going through this process and showing positive acknowledgement gives validation for what we are doing.